Hey everyone, we have a special announcement. We launched our Patreon channel. You can support the show now financially if you choose by going to patreon.com/Jared Singer Live. This is purely general support to help us grow the podcast, get better gear, upgrade studio space, hire staff eventually. Go to patreon.com/Jared Singer Live. And you can donate one of three tiers. We got a $3 tier, a $5 tier, and a $10 tier. Right now, there are no perks, but I promise we are working on content to get up there for you guys. Once again, patreon.com/Jared Singer Live. That is fucking hilarious. Problem corrected.
Hey, everybody.
Here's the good news. We only wasted 3 minutes.
We just were talking about
we just
went
through all our best material.
And you guys missed it. I'm sorry, but
3 minutes.
See you
3
next
minutes.
July.
See, that's why I need a fucking producer. That's why you guys got to donate to my Patreon so I can hire a producer so I can turn this shit show to 11.
How many comments on Facebook? Probably.
Dude, I can't hear anything.
You guys would be great. It looks like you're laughing a lot, but
Oh, fuck. I would say that's embarrassing, except
nobody
it could have
heard
been
it.
so much worse.
It could have been a whole hour.
For all intents and purposes, it does look like it's working now, though. So I think we're good. I just don't know if anybody's actually watching this shit show. I don't know if they should. If they are, I'm not sure they should be. That's what I'm gonna say about the deal.
Tune in after 3 minutes.
Yeah, give us another 3 minutes to get this train wreck back on track. So Kanye's running for president.
Pray for Ye. Yeah.
You're hot off the presses off this Rogan podcast. You listened to the whole thing, you said.
I listened to most of it, yeah.
You're a better man than I am, Randy. I made it no more than 10 minutes in and shut that shit show off.
What made you shut it off? What was it? Was it God? Because you didn't miss, like, the entire thing was
it's the thing that he's delusional. Like, part of the shit we just missed because the mics were muted is what you said. He thinks God wants him to be president. And that's what I was saying is I think God wants him to try to be president. But
I don't think God gives a shit.
I don't think in this dimension or the one that the boys over at CERN are trying to discover is Kanye ever going to actually be president. I think he's delusional. I think he's out of his fucking mind.
I agree. That's why he should be president. I don't care at this point. I don't care.
I mean, it's getting bad when everybody's going, man, who should be president? And everyone's list is a different celebrity. The Rock. Oprah.
Yeah, Oprah. You know what made me
Kanye.
Every website you log into on the internet is telling you to vote. I went on Craigslist this morning, and Craigslist was like, vote. You can register here. Craigslist is a place where you go to sell shit. I'll sell my vote on Craigslist for $50. I don't care.
You've been hunting and shit, so you haven't been watching the podcast. Jesus Christ. I just blinded myself.
Welcome to the
my
rave.
God. Dude, but check this. Holler at your boy.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, wow. You did it.
I did it.
Oh, man. How was it?
It was
I need to go do this right now.
it was voluntary and consensual. No, it was easy.
It sounds like
it was easy.
started.
The hardest part was waiting for the appointment. So I got my certification. If you guys are confused, I got my concealed carry permit.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave them in the dark.
I got my certification way back in like January, or not January, July.
Oh, okay.
And then,
that was right after.
Yeah. And then I had an appointment for like August something, and I missed it by less than an hour.
Oh,
right.
No.
So I called them and I was like, hey, I fucked up. Can I still come? And they were like, no, you got to make a new appointment. I'm like, cool, I'll make a new appointment. And they were like, October 14th.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
dude. Yeah. So I had to wait like fucking a long time after I passed my test and got my certs and shit. And
No way.
Yep, now
October 14th.
yep. And I just got it. the other day. So
I'm
at least we got it though, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
$100 up at Bill's.
Yeah.
Holler at your boy. Tell them I sent you. Maybe they'll hook me up with some free passes.
Do I type in like Jared 10 in the discount?
Give him the discount
Jared
code.
20. Oh,
Jared-
like he said.
I wish I could work out a sponsorship with them. I'd be up there
Oh,
fucking
that'd be
cheap.
sick.
All I want out of my sponsorship is free range time and free ammo. And I'll get the better end of that advertising
If you could throw in a
partnership.
gun too, that'd be cool.
Nah. I see you over there trying to weasel in and get a gun out of this deal. This ain't your podcast, motherfucker. This is my podcast, bitch, and all I ask for is range time and ammo. That shit's expensive enough.
Yeah, that's pretty expensive. That sounds fair.
You fucking tiny little ass over there trying to get a gun. You ain't done shit. You ain't done shit. Somebody's texting me.
We were elk hunting in Colorado 2 months ago.
Back in your
Was that 2
home?
months? Was that like a month ago?
Back
That
in
was
your hometown?
my home of Grand Junction, Colorado. You know, I thought like I should move back there.
Yeah.
Every year I go through that. Like, oh, maybe I should move back. And then every time I go there, it looks like every shitty town in a Western movie that I've ever seen. It is the most rundown town I've ever seen. There was a trailer parked on a corner with like a gate around it. That's the gated community in Grand Junction, Colorado. Is a shitty trailer. It was the worst. And then we went hunting it was probably like 2 hours past where I grew up. And we didn't get any elk, but it was fun.
Is it cold out there right now?
No, it was way too hot.
What you just rifle hunting or you bow hunting?
Rifle. And so it was 70 degrees.
Nice.
In mid-October. I
What,
said like a month ago.
You got your own rifle?
Yeah. So I just went with my dad. He was hunting and I was just watching.
What kind of rifle you got?
I've got a 243 and a 30-06.
Dope.
And
Didn't get
like
nothing this
both.
year though?
No, I was there watching. We hired guides because we didn't know this area very well.
Was
And we
all the beer
saw-
crayons you were crushing too loud? Spooked off all the deer? Or was it the constant pissing?
It was a constant pissing, I think, on
You
ourselves.
just stunk up the whole area. They could smell you from 6 miles away. Like,
Like
humans
them.
coming. Slightly intoxicated.
Every
That's-
day.
Remington ammo.
You know what's weird is elk? They piss on themselves
Do they
to
really?
attract the females. Yeah,
How do they piss on themselves?
they just fucking pee on themselves.
How?
Their dicks just point up towards their stomach.
Oh, it's like hooked?
Yeah, they pee all over themselves, and yeah.
Like they come all over their own stomachs, basically,
Yeah.
but with urine,
How
so they
can
can
it?
get more deer
Right.
pussy.
Yeah. Exactly.
That sounds like some freaky shit, man.
Yeah. I just wish it was that easy for us.
Like elk are like the second most kinky species on the planet. It's humans and then
Just-
elk.
Just piss all over themselves. Yeah. And they're
I
like,
think
oh,
it's-
yeah.
I think
And then if another elk is around, then they really pee on themselves.
then it's mixed with cum. It's like bonobos and dolphins are like the only other species on the planet that have sex for pleasure.
Right.
And I think dolphins are the only ones. Sorry, I dropped my lighter. I think dolphins are the only ones that, other than humans, that pull out. So they're like so conscious that it's either. I think it's dolphins. I'm
No, I
pretty
think
sure
you're
it's
right.
dolphins. I'm pretty sure it's dolphins. Fact check me if I'm wrong, guys. Right now, throw it in the chat. Throw it in the comments. Tell me how stupid I am. But,
Please.
I'm pretty sure like dolphins are the only other animals that are conscious enough and aware enough to know what's going on, and they know that this causes a baby, and they'll pull out and like just come into the sea.
And another dolphin swims by and gets pregnant.
Dude, is what I want everyone to understand is there's something called swim with the dolphin parks.
Please don't.
How much dolphin jizz is in that pool?
Could you imagine somebody's girlfriend swimming by 9 months later? That's how mermaids are created. She's like, I swear, I'm not into dolphins.
I'm
and he's
convinced. I'm convinced that's how we're gonna get the world's first superhero. Just a bitch with a blowhole out of the back of her neck. Like, it'll have no benefit whatsoever.
That's gonna bring porn to a whole new level, though.
Oh, fuck the back of this chick's neck.
And there's gonna be people that are into that.
You know, when they get them to fucking like hold their breath and then blow. Like, okay, let me stick my dick in there. Okay, now do it.
All right, hold it.
Ah!
All right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes this time.
This is what happens.
That was 1 minute.
This is what happens when you don't let a musician drink for a consecutive month. Or think about fucking blowholes. You don't want a sober musician any more than you want a violently drunk musician. It gets bad real fast, man. Oh, fuck. So, anyways, Kanye West.
He would love all of this.
I fuck that guy. I just can't stand that guy. There's something about him that just drives me nuts. And part of it is the look on his face. He always has that like smug, like I'm better than you look on his face. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he does.
Like, and I'm able to look past shit like that normally, but then the way he talks about himself and reveres himself and puts himself on such a high level, it's like, dude, you do realize like anybody who's actually great doesn't talk about themselves like that.
You know what? You're not wrong. If you would have made it further into that podcast, this is what got me. So it was going fine, talking about God, right? But then he starts talking about how he's above everybody, but still acts like a normal person.
He doesn't act normal at all.
No, he's insane.
That guy's a lunatic.
That's what rich, famous people, they just think they think they're above everybody else. But then he talks about how he's not. But that is what makes you think you are.
Right.
And that, I can't, I don't know. I'm voting for him. I don't care.
Burn it down. That's your theory.
I still think if God wants Kanye to run, I want Kanye to run.
Right. But Kanye, I don't think God wants him to win.
But I haven't asked God, so.
Or you're willing to take a flyer on him running in the first place because God wants it.
I've got faith.
But you haven't asked him.
I don't talk to him, but no, I'm gonna vote for him.
Have you called him lately?
No, not lately.
Like, not even leave a drunken voicemail
at 2 p.m. Drunken voicemail.
Why would your drunken voicemail be at 2 p.m.? You mean 2 a.m.?
Nope, 2 p.m.
You're just shit-faced by noon. You're drunk dialing at 2 p.m. So he's here to hook up. Just a bitter afternoon and not getting laid, and then you just drunk dial fucking God. Like, hey, man, listen.
God's like, God damn it.
If you're up there, if you're listening. I actually do believe in God, and I do pray regularly.
Do you?
But I still laugh about it and mock the whole idea because it's ridiculous.
You see, I don't know.
I understand completely how ridiculous my faith in a God is, but I still believe it, and it's unwavering, so whatever. But I'll make fun of it. I'll have fun with it.
I'm sure he's real.
I mean...
I don't know.
I mean, if he's not, it's like way worse. That's all I'm saying. If there isn't a God, think about how much worse that makes everything.
We're fucked in the afterlife.
At least if there is a God, and he really does work in mysterious ways, and he really does have a plan, and we really are too feeble of a entity to understand his plan or will or decisions, fine. Like, I can put some trust and faith in that and be like, okay, that's kind of like me being 3 or 4 and trusting my parents, even though they were there and I could prove they were real.
All right.
It's still the same idea, right? Whereas if there is no God and it is all random, and the atheists and the scientists are right, and that like nothing matters, dude, if the truth on that got out, like, look what people think is going to happen when you're going to just do the idea of defunding the police. All hell broke loose. They didn't even defund the police. They just talked about it and all hell broke loose. If you proved there is no God and there's no consequences in anyone's afterlife, no one has any motivation to do shit. Like,
except for murder people you don't like.
No one will ever confess to anything on their deathbed again. No. Like, do you know how many dead kids will remain buried?
All of them.
Because there's no God and you can prove it now? Oh. God, I'm just saying, man, if you aren't real, I hope you are, because if you're not, everything is going to be so much worse. So much worse if there is no God, dude. It just makes everything so meaningless.
Right. He's there. I don't think he cares
It's
anymore.
A depressing idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he doesn't give a shit. If he told Kanye to run for president... he's on to other things right now. We're just a lost project that he did in 5th grade, like that volcano that you build and then you forget about it. He's done.
I think it's excuse me. I think it's much more plausible that if I were Lucifer trying to sow chaos, and I was like, what is the thing I could do to make Earth the most chaotic place on the planet after Trump is already the president? Kanye. Kanye, motherfucker. Yeah. Let the pendulum swing, bitches. All right. Poof. And then he just shows up in Kanye's ear and he's like, I am the Lord and I want you to run for president. I am the Lord and I want you to run for president. I am the Lord and I want and he's like, okay, God really wants me to do this. Okay, fuck, man. God, really glad I got off those meds.
Lucifer was the first person, the first entity to experience cancel culture.
He chose it though. Yeah, he's the one that convinced. That's what they say. The greatest. It's either the greatest lie ever told or the greatest trick ever performed or whatever was convincing the world that he didn't exist.
Yeah.
Seriously, if you think about it, if he is real, that is the smartest thing he could ever do is convince the world that he's not real.
That's true.
Because once you convince their world there is no devil. Then you can convince them there is no God.
Right.
And then Kanye.
I'm voting for him. He better
You're just ushering in the Antichrist.
He better get at least 250,000
I don't think
votes.
Kanye's the
What's the over-under on
Antichrist.
100,000 votes?
I just want to clear up. I don't think Kanye is the Antichrist. Is what I think he is.
Yeah, you don't want to say that because Kanye is going to come after you. He's going to let you finish, but dude, he's going to come after you for that.
Please. It would make my podcast huge. Kanye West running for president takes major issue with local podcaster. I would literally shoot to number 2 on the fucking YouTube charts under Joe Rogan under long form podcast.
Let's call Kanye. Let's get him here.
No,
we've got to know somebody.
I think Kanye West is one guy away from the Antichrist. So it's like Trump, then Kanye, and then the Antichrist. So whoever comes,
Joe Biden.
No, because Joe Biden's now. Joe Biden's gonna die. I don't want him to, but he will. I mean, eventually everyone dies.
Yeah, he's gonna.
But I think they've got him on some sort of like implant that's just keeping him alive, hoping he wins the election, and then they're just going to power him down right after the election, and then Kamala is going to be the president.
He's going to win, and then they're going to do a weekend with Bernie. You know that
they'll
movie
just let him die.
No,
they'll just let him die and let Kamala be in charge.
Yeah,
that's who they wanted in the Oval Office was Kamala Harris, but
true.
she bombed out because Tulsi sank her ship. Fucking first debate, boom, Kamala was out. See ya, bitch.
That was an incredible sound effect you just did.
That's what I do, man. I bring pleasure with my mouth.
You're a dolphin.
Fuck that blowhole, baby. What else did you want to talk about?
Right now, it's just this. Back to Satan, though, to bring this up a little bit. I was thinking about. I was thinking about the devil. Yeah. And I was thinking about,
that
like, you know
chap.
how long ago that was? What if he's changed? He's like a good guy now, and he's like, oh, I just can't fucking win. There's no winning. People still read this. That happened so long ago, and nobody will give him another chance.
He was banished to hell. He didn't choose to go to hell. He
but
was sent
what
to
if he's
hell.
like, I mean, that's a long time out.
Right?
He could be.
Like,
he
what
could
if
be
he's
way
like,
better
dude,
now.
I'm over it.
Yeah. He's like those priests that used to be in biker gangs and gouge guys' eyes out.
Well, what do they say about the time thing, though? Like here's another reason why I do legitimately think that this shit is real.
Yeah.
Like, or at least quite possibly real.
Right.
Is so Einstein's theory of relativity talks about, like, the farther away from Earth you get and the faster you go, right? The slower you'll experience relative time to where you left. So, for example, if you could get up to, like, light speed and you get in outer space, you travel at light speed as far as away as you can, and then you turn around and you come back, you might have only been gone 2 years, but who knows how much time has passed on Earth? Could have been 100 years.
Right.
But they know that's how it kind of works, right?
Right.
Well, then there's something in the Bible that talks about some crazy shit like that, and I'm going to misquote this. But it's something like 1,000 years on Earth is like a day in heaven or some shit like that.
No.
Some shit
I don't
like
know
that.
if I want to experience that.
Some shit like that. But the point is like, what I hear there is time is relative, right? So this shit could be 4 days old, 5, 6, 7 days old for them.
Right.
But it's like, dude, come on, it was 7,000 years ago. Like, get over it, man. Like, go have a beer, dude. But for them, it was like last week. You know what I mean? They're like, you don't understand, feeble human. Shut the fuck up and sit down. We got duels to fucking settle.
Shut up and read your book.
You fucking feeble piece of shit. Mind your fucking manners. Do you even know who you're talking about? I will fucking end you. Like, he's like, literally, like, I fucking brought you into this world and I will fucking take you out, you little cunt. I will fucking smite you. I will fucking smite you. Sit down.
No, we can only hope that we get into heaven and it's anything like that. Like, you're a fucking idiot. You think you can figure us out?
Oh, fuck.
Just having a bar fight up there.
Just fucking, just like you make God mad. You just are like, bitch, I will fucking end you. Like, it's not some drunk dude at the bar. It's like literally God, and you're like, oh fuck.
I thought you already did.
You're not. You're just in ethereal form. You don't even have a body, and you still shit yourself. You're so scared. What was that? That's spirit shit. Oh fuck, that's funny.
That's
man.
hilarious.
That's good. That's good.
I love religion.
That shit's funny.
I don't
It
know.
terrifies me. I mean, honestly, like, part of me kind of hopes none of it's real.
I just like
'Cause
to
I'm-
look at
I'm probably
Satan as
going to
like
hell.
a nice guy now.
Did you notice the color choices I made here today on the
Yeah,
microphones?
I love this Broncos.
Yeah.
Broncos theme with the John Elway picture
I thought
that you put
about
up.
you, and I gave you the orange. The orange. My wife's favorite color is orange. She gets mad every time I give it to a guest.
Really?
Yeah.
So she's gonna be pissed. I can't go upstairs.
Orange. I gotta sanitize these and use them again for tomorrow night.
Who's on
Or not
tomorrow?
tomorrow night, Friday night. We're doing the Halloween special.
Oh shit!
If you're not doing anything, you can stop by if you want.
On Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna be a group of us in here, 3 or 4 of us. I
Oh,
only
it's
got
gonna
4
be great.
mics, but yeah, we can pop in and
I'll
out.
talk from
Motherfuckers are
the-
gonna have to piss and shit. You know what I mean?
Talk from the background.
Piss and stuff.
I'll just come in and sit down whenever somebody else gets up to piss.
Yeah, there you go. You're the seat filler.
Yeah.
The seat filler, so we never have an empty chair or an awkward moment.
All right.
Especially if 2 assholes are like, "Oh, I'll come with you."
The buddy system to the sink.
Oh, I'll go too.
This
It's like, what are you gonna do? There's 1 bathroom in this house.
It's
Well,
not
there's
the,
2, but
the troughs that you
two
find at
bathrooms in
U.S.
this
Bank
house.
Stadium.
Right? No, I am installing a bathroom down here.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get to it because I got so many other legit remodeling projects going to go. But is what I can't decide though, because it's just going to either be a toilet and a sink, or like a little like a quarter bath,
Yeah.
or a urinal and a sink. The only reason I go urinal is because it's easier for me on plumbing installation.
Yeah.
Reason I don't want to go urinal, chicks.
True.
If I ever have a female on the podcast and they want to go to the bathroom, they need a place to sit down to pee. So
Oh man, but urinal is just so much funnier. Even though nobody's ever gonna
I should
see
get a
it.
urinal with a seat built in.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. I think you go urinal because it's hilarious.
Just tell
First
chicks
of
they
all,
gotta
I don't
aim.
care if nobody ever sees it. It's funny that you have a urinal in your basement.
It's not a real basement anymore. It's turning
that's
into
a
something
studio.
now.
It's
This is a studio. That's a rehearsal space. That's right behind you
That's
is
the
a green room. Yep.
Yeah.
And then that room that looks like shit right now, that where all the garbage is from me clearing everything out and pulling all the fucking
And doing all the work.
and the construction debris. That's what I'm trying to say. That's going to be the alchemy lab and the brew lab where I'm going to make all the beer and I'm going to keg it all up.
Oh,
That's what that's
going
going to be all over there. So, yeah, pretty soon, this is not going to be even remotely close to a real basement.
No, it's already not.
The only thing that's going to make it as a basement is there's going to be a fucking washer and dryer down here in a furnace. Which I already dialed that shit in. You can't hear the furnace anymore, thank God.
What studio doesn't have a washer and dryer?
All of them?
I was trying to help out.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, brother.
Oh. So, Kanye.
I think the longer we just sit here in awkward silence, the funnier it is that he's running for president.
I can't not vote for him. I have to.
Oh, no, you literally don't have to.
I'm in a contract. I have to.
Dude, so check this out. So I was hanging out today, just trying to kind of keep it chill. I was really stressing myself out with everything I got going on, so I fucking basically just kind of said fuck the world for the last like 5-6 days. And I think I did a podcast in that 5 or 6 days. Yeah, I did one Saturday with Jeremy, but I didn't do any real work. I didn't do anything. I just kind of took a few days for myself to just kind of like, I was just getting burnt out on shit, right? It wasn't even a mental health issue. It was just physically and emotionally being burnt out.
No.
Where I was just like, I'm just like not excited enough to do podcasts. You know, it's like, and it wasn't the guests, it was me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, so I'm just going to slow down for like a week. And so I'm dicking around today, you know, kind of switched up my pre-podcast routine. So I'm hanging out over in Northeast, and this dude, we're hanging out in a garage, and very weird to hang out in a cold Northeast Minneapolis garage, which is a pastime. If you know anything about Minneapolis culture, hanging out in the garage and having beers is a pastime. Hanging out in that scenario, not having beers because of Sober October, is a fucking weird experience. Well,
everybody else is having beers.
Here strolls in this dude who's already drunk. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm moving. And we're like, oh, cool, where? And he's like, oh, you know, I don't want to blow up his spot, so I'm not going to get too specific, but he tells me.
Give his address.
He tells me his address. And me and the other guy were like, is that above a bar? And he goes, no, it's next door. And dude, I started laughing in his face hysterically because I started laughing hysterically, and I'm like, dude, you're gonna fucking die, bro. Like, you're gonna fucking drink yourself to death, man. Like, holy fuck, dude. Like,
it's next door.
You have a raging alcohol problem, and you're gonna move next to a bar? I was like, you're gonna fucking die, bro. And he got so fucking offended.
Did he go drink? He probably wouldn't.
He had a beer in his hand the whole time. He got so fucking mad at me, bro. He got so mad at me. He was like, I came over here, I was all happy, celebrating because I'm moving, and now I'm not happy. Now I'm not happy.
Somehow I'm happier about that.
Me too. And dude, the whole time, the madder he gets, the more I'm chuckling. Like I'm like having a hard time containing myself because the more he gets mad, the more I start laughing, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, and I'm like, listen, man, you can't get upset about shit people don't know about, dude. Like, you got all this shit going on in your life.
We didn't.
I just took a dig at you. We've known each other for 25 years. Like, and you're this mad. I had no idea. And here's the thing is like, this is not an environment where the culture is be careful of what you say or talk about. This is we're in a garage with other men.
This is called garage drinking.
This is you better not show any vulnerability because we will tear you apart like a fucking hungry pack of wolves, motherfucker. That's what this culture is. So don't get all butt hurt and fucking try to like start some shit in the garage because I busted your balls because your alcoholic ass is moving next to a bar. Fucker. Yeah, I wanted to tell you that story because I thought it was pretty funny because I'm like, you son of a bitch. Like I'm the bad guy in that scenario. I almost felt bad too until I sat there and thought about it for a minute. I'm like, dude,
this guy's fine.
I'm like, dude, and I literally said, I'm like, you can't get mad about shit people don't know about, dude. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, nobody has any idea all this is going on with you. I'm not even gonna say the laundry list of things he's like, you don't even know about. La, 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 and I'm like, but the more things he listed, it was like
it just get funnier and funnier, and you're trying really hard not to laugh at that point.
Yeah. And I was still chuckling. I'm chuckling harder and harder, trying harder to hold it together, but doing a worse job. Like the two metrics are going like this. My ability to hold my laughter and as my laughter's going up are not trending in the same direction. It was so not good. Funny. Did you see the new Borat movie yet?
No. Did you?
Yes, I watched it. I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
How can you watch it?
It's on Amazon.
Oh, it's on Amazon?
Yeah.
For $1.99?
No, it's free. It's like part of Amazon Prime.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
I should watch that.
It's amazing, dude. Like he's a genius. I don't want to give away any of the major movie parts, but like, I don't know. The Mayor Giuliani thing kind of grossed me out, kind of freaked me out. Do you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. All right, I won't spoil it for you. We'll talk about it next time you come on the podcast.
I'll watch it right before.
But basically, it
was good.
It looks really bad. It looks really bad. It does not make Giuliani look like a good dude. It doesn't.
Good.
It doesn't. It doesn't make me give him the benefit of the doubt on his creepiness.
Nothing.
It makes me think he's very horny. He's a horny old man. There's nothing creepier than a horny old dude. Go buy a hooker like a normal guy.
Right.
Jesus Christ, you disgusting old fuck. That's why hookers should be legal, by the way, is so creepy old men can have a discreet way of getting fucked.
Right.
Like, they're disgusting. No one wants to be hit on by them. Everything they say and do is going to be sexual assault. Like,
right.
Like the way an old man looks at a woman, sexual assault. Right?
Yeah.
Like, like an old man goes in to, like, shake a woman's hand. He's like, oh, it's nice to meet you. And, like, the way he, like, double hands it and then kisses her hand. Boom. Sexual assault. Her in. Yeah. Sexual assault. Like, there's so many things that it's just, you know, give him a hooker. Just let him go buy his sex. The world would be a better place if we just make hookers legal.
That's probably true.
100% true. I guarantee you school shootings will go down. Especially if you make it legal for a 14-year-old boy to go through
it. So,
your long pause there.
I was like, I don't know. They can't. But so do you still have them 18? How does that work?
Well, because I'm convinced the only reason a boy shoots up a school is because he can't get laid.
He definitely wouldn't if he just had sex the night before. Right. He'd be like, you know what, I was gonna, and now I just, I'm happy. Yep. My life is better.
I'm telling you.
So what are they? What are they?
Maybe the SSRIs really do have something to do with it, but I'm telling you, it's really just a lack of pussy. They can't get fucked, and they're mad at the world for it. So, like, let's figure out a way to get these kids hookers. Let's let's
Yeah.
fucking make amend so we can save lives. If it saves one life,
If it saves one life, then yeah,
make
then it
hookers
was worth
legal.
it.
School shootings will go down.
Yep.
And if you don't let it go down to the age 14, not 14-year-old girls, only 14-year-old boys are allowed to be customers. Okay, you still have to be 18 or over to be
The hooker.
the hooker.
So, do we convince more female teachers to have sex with their students?
No, here's what I'm thinking. If you don't go down to 14 and allow 14-year-old boys to be customers, you're just going to you're gonna fill a vacuum that we didn't know exist in the illegal ID market, like the black market IDs. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a lot of young 18-year-olds suddenly popping up, just a lot of them, just a ton of 18-year-olds that are like, these kids look really young now at 18, man. I swear I had facial hair at 18. What are they putting in the food?
That's accurate.
Bunch of
I don't
Marlboro
see how
smoking, fucking
That could go wrong.
hooker banging
See, the
14-year-olds.
thing is, Kanye's gonna.
Nothing can go wrong with that idea. That's a foolproof idea right there, Randy. You give. Here's my point. Some places in America you can still buy cigarettes at 18.
Right.
You give.
Wait, can you?
Not
here.
You give a 14-year-old a pack of Marlboros and a hooker. That's a foolproof plan, my man. There's nothing that can go wrong with that idea.
Absolutely not. So I think
Throwing a couple beers in there, throwing a sixer,
yeah.
and then you know what you do? Because he's got the fake ID. Let him drive. Let him drive the hooker home. He needs to know what it's like to be 40 before he votes.
True. He needs that mindset.
My dad deals with a lot.
Before he votes for Kanye.
Maybe my dad isn't so bad after all. This life is hard.
This life is hard. Maybe I should take it easy on him.
Dad, I just got to tell you, I had a really rough night last night, and just want to tell you I got a lot more respect for you than I thought I did. Thanks. What happened, son? Got drunk, smoked back Marbs, fucked a hooker, got her home safely, got home, no DWI. World's a tough place, Dad. Glad you're the one raising
do you
me.
See how every night goes for me, son? Times what you had times 7, all right?
And you didn't even have to go to work, Billy. Billy, you didn't even have to go to work. Now, I do all that same shit, but I go to work the next morning. See? Now you're getting it. Now you're getting my life. It's tough life. Only tough men survive.
Perfect.
Pretty ladies.
That
fucking Billy, you stupid shit. I will fucking end you. It's your fucking disrespect me again, you little shit. Go do your homework. I got a date with your 7th grade teacher tomorrow. Go get your homework done.
Also, put
you little piece of shit. Don't misbehave. I think I might get the butt. You fucked this up for me, though. She's gonna pucker up real tight.
Don't fuck this up for me, Billy.
You little piece of shit, you stupid little fuck. Here's a pack of Marlboros. Go to bed.
Oh, so funny.
Can't wait for October to be over.
Yeah.
I just want to drink. That's not entirely true, but remaining permanently sober is not an enjoyable experience.
No.
It sucks. I don't know how normal people do this all the time.
I don't know.
Maybe this is why so many of you are so unhappy. If you live every day like this, I'm just letting you know. That's why your life sucks.
Every day you just get wound tighter and tighter.
Like,
and
I'm
tighter.
telling you right now, like, if you don't drink or do drugs and you're like kind of sad, that's why.
Yeah.
Do something. preferably legal.
Right. Well.
Yeah, we're gonna get fucked up Friday night on the special. We don't really have a plan. It's just gonna be a glorified version of the podcast, but we're fucking dressing up. I'm gonna put up some decorations, and we're just gonna get shit faced. We're just gonna get hammered. And I'm hoping the group of guys I got coming down, it's gonna be a riot.
Yeah.
I just want to say the juice is loose on the podcast. If I can scream at the top of my lungs that the juice is loose, then we've officially had a successful podcast. It's an organic thing with Ian. The scene, if anybody from the scene is watching this right now, they know exactly what I'm talking about. What time do you got to be out of here, dude?
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, because we've only been going like 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We've still got so much to talk about. We've got...
What do you want to talk about, dude? We already talked about the election and Kanye. I mean, I think...
We talked about God. God for 45 minutes. That was good.
I mean, here's the problem with Kanye. If anybody's actually thinking about voting for him, like outside of a satirical reason,
I just feel like
he had 3 hours on Joe Rogan to lay out why you should vote for him. Like, he could have talked about policies. He could have talked about attitudes, culture. Are you grabbing a beer? Are you going to the bathroom? And, you know what I'm going to do then? In this spot, I'm queuing up this new tune because I'm sick of talking in these dead spots. I'll try to remember what I was going to say when we come back. Let's see if I can get this up fast enough. Oh, I know what I need to do. Boop. Boop, boop, be doop. Come on. Here we do 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 do. All right, I think this is gonna work. I think.
Revolution without dancing is a revolution not worth having.
Well, we got 1 like so far and 3 watchers.
All right, we're both back. We took a piss break. We can cut this up. Oh, I might as well stay. Hold on. Dalton's solo coming out of this bridge is really amazing.
Yeah.
You can hear that, right?
Yeah.
Here. Yeah, that's the spot. That's the shit. That's what that is.
Love it.
And I don't know. That may have not even worked very well. Might have killed the stream. It might have. Seriously. Might have killed the stream, bro. Definitely doesn't like it. Let's refresh it and see what happens. Yeah, YouTube's like, what the fuck did you just do, man?
Yeah, YouTube's pissed.
Yeah. YouTube does not like it. YouTube says stop it. You need to quit. YouTube does not like it. I don't remember what we were talking about before you were gonna go piss anyways.
I have no idea.
Either. What else did we want to talk about?
Football.
Oh yeah, there was something about football you brought up before the podcast. Fuck,
we were
what
talking,
were we talking about? Keep going, I gotta grab a dew.
All right. I think we were talking Harrison Smith. Oh, yeah. Harrison Smith. And what the hell is going on with the Vikings?
Okay. Yeah.
I need...
So,
I needed to hear this.
It sounds like we might be doing another episode of the football thing, so I'll probably end up recapping this on that, but or I'll explain it in better detail. But I got a guy, and my buddy's got a guy, and we're sort of piecing this theory together through our sources down at the Vikings TCO Center.
Yep.
And we're trying to piece this thing together and figure out what the hell is happening. And so my current opinion, and I'm putting a lot of pieces together here, and I'm really reading through the lines, is I think Rick Spielman traded him to someone, and the deal was it was done.
Yeah.
Like maybe paperwork had even been signed. I don't know. But I think is what happened is the deal was done. Spielman told Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith unfollowed the Vikings on all social media. Then it got back to Zimmer, and I think Zimmer went in there and threatened to burn the whole fucking place to the ground and shut that shit down, and that's why suddenly we're not hearing anything about it. And I'm going to save the rest of the speculation and the details and kind of how we got to that conclusion.
Yeah.
For the football podcast, because I think we are going to do another one this Sunday morning. But
so I think what's going to happen then is they're going to sign Sendejo and make him wear a Smith jersey.
Just because he's white?
Yeah.
You racist piece of shit.
That was the first person I could think of. I was like, oh shit, who is it?
And just try to
Sendejo
convince fans that it's still
They're
him.
like, it's still, yeah, don't go anywhere. That's our last good player right now. How weird is it that in 2020 these owners of football teams can still trade players like they're nothing? You would think these guys could identify with whatever team they wanted.
Well, they're under contract. That's why. Because
I mean, that contract just ruined that whole fantasy.
Well, and
that I was living
but it's also
identifying as a Patriot.
But it's also a little bit more. It makes sense because they got to protect the owners, believe it or not, because otherwise, if you're in a Green Bay or a Minnesota or any cold weather place, if you hate the cold, like you just have too much say as a player. Like I'm not playing for them. And there's already some of that now,
right?
But yeah, if you did that, like guys would only want to play in Miami, you know?
Yeah, like, play for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, or Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay right now is
in a
dancing
state where
with
there's
the
no
stars
taxes.
as it is with Tom Brady and Gronk and Antonio Brown. Is it going to be on the Buccaneers?
Yeah, I heard he just signed. Oh, this is probably why nothing's working right. It's because I actually have this whole thing still open over here. Jesus. Things are making more sense now.
Yeah. This is going to be all right.
Let's see if we can get into the studio side of things. And then I can get this all back up. Because it was freaking out. YouTube was not liking what we were doing. And now it's making a little bit more sense. Hopefully we are not nearly as redlined as we were. And we are. It looks like we're good. See, it's still giving me this error here saying that we're not getting enough bandwidth and the stream is struggling, so that's freaking me out. But it looks okay down here, so I don't fucking know, dude. I got a hard copy of it, so hopefully the hard copy is good. And if there are any issues with the live stream, I'll just re-upload the hard copy. Sorry, guys, if the live stream's fucked up. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, but it looks like it's kind of okay. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I mean, we laughed, so you guys can understand that. It's just another reason.
You're all right. That one's fine over there.
Yeah, that one, I don't know why. This one was just sympathy falling apart.
Yeah.
You know how pregnancy works? That one's like, oh shit, I gotta start falling apart.
I wonder if that'll happen for me. If I'll gain sympathy weight. Or if I'll go the other way with it.
Like, just lose weight?
Yeah.
So, like
get super skinny. Like, start falling apart. Like, withering away. Or if I'll start working out. You know, and just, like, get jacked. Because like, I'm wondering if my brain's going to be like, dude, you got a pregnant wife now. She can't even run. You're going to have to... no, but, like...
Oh, if it happened. I mean? Like, yeah. Okay.
I
was right when you said that. I was like, "Oh wait, did I miss?"
Well, because you said sympathy weight. That usually happens during pregnancy.
Right.
This is your idea, motherfucker. I'm following you down your idea, motherfucker. Oh wait, she's pregnant? Like no, this is a hypothetical situation you invented.
I just threw you in the story right away.
Jesus Christ. I threw myself in the story. Classic narcissist.
You were already in my head in the story, so it was just we both put you in my fake scenario of a sympathy microphone breaking turns into a pregnant wife.
Classic narcissistic
and all
behavior.
Of a sudden you're fat now.
Not everything's about you, Jared. Fucking piece of shit.
What do you think you would just have, like, what if you had a sympathy baby? You both got pregnant, and you're like, oh, shit, what do we do now?
Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Take it away, Captain.
How did that happen?
What am I talking about?
You're talking about that guy that got pregnant, right? Or am I just off?
I think
it's the same thing.
Asian guy or whatever?
Yeah.
Yep. Wasn't he on Oprah? Oprah?
I knew exactly right when you looked at me and you said, do you remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
Stop right there. I'm way ahead of you. Never forget. Oprah magazine. Oh magazine. Never forget.
So, how old's this kid now?
Did it get birthed?
I don't think so. But we need to figure this out.
I want to know, did he carry that child?
I just stopped paying attention right after it happened.
God.
I don't know if I even actually ever paid attention. What do we just type in?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I wanted to talk about Borat, but we can't talk about Borat because you haven't seen it, and I don't want to spoil it for you.
It's okay if you spoil it.
No,
I'll
I
still
don't
watch it.
Well, and there's viewers, too. It's too new. Like, I'll respect the spoiler.
Was this in 2017? He had a boy.
God, was it that long? Or was it just that? I thought it was way longer ago than that. I thought it was like 10 years ago.
I thought so, too. This is a new one. Tristan Reese. Yeah, this is actually stupid. I'm not even...
It's definitely...
So, the first article that pops up, transgender man gives birth to boy. Right underneath that, pregnant man gives birth to girl. The first one's CNN, the second one's ABC, and Fox News is like, girl had a kid.
Crazy.
People.com, the pregnant man gives birth.
Complicated world, guys.
Oh wait, here's a July 4th, 2008. I think this might be the one. And it was a girl. And it's in the China Daily. Thomas Beatty.
That sounds right.
Yeah. This is, yeah. Well, I'm glad we know now.
I think it was this guy.
It was exactly that guy. Look at this picture I just pulled up. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
that was him.
Yeah, Thomas Beatty.
The sad thing is, I could take that same exact picture right now, and
Yeah,
I would
that's
look
not
just
even
like
proof he's
him.
pregnant, man.
No,
That's just a guy who drinks a lot. That's Bert Kreischer.
yeah, I've got that same exact stomach. If I took that picture,
That's just Bert Kreischer, you guys. That's not a pregnant guy. That's Bert fucking Kreischer. Look, that right here. This is Bert Kreischer. That's a literal picture of Bert Kreischer. Pregnant man, my ass.
look at he's holding
It's
a kid.
clearly
now.
Bert Kreischer.
He's holding a kid in this other picture.
It's clearly Bert Kreischer, just with some makeup. He's clearly trying to wear a costume to do some sort of inappropriate racial stereotype costume. Clearly that's what's going on here. I mean, come on, guys.
Why is Bert Kreischer trying to be that fan?
It just bothers me how like they just can't take good comedy seriously.
Oh, that was terrible.
Wink.
Now, if they had a YouTube video of that guy giving birth,
Pass. I don't know.
No.
I will not see that video. If you rickroll me with that video, I will personally find you and murder you in your sleep.
You're gonna invite me back on and kill me?
No, that's way too easy to get caught. I'm saying if you send me that video under the guise that it's something else and I accidentally see Bert Kreischer giving birth, I will murder you in your sleep.
I'm gonna find that video.
You son of a bitch. I'll start plotting your death. You find that video, I'll plot your death.
This is gonna
We'll be back here in 60 days. You'll be dead within a year.
I'll come back.
You heard it here. You heard it here first, folks. Breaking news. Dude, if somebody hears this right now, they're gonna go kill you in your sleep, and they're gonna be like, I know who it is. It's this guy. He admitted it on his podcast. He talked about it. He said, here's how it's gonna go down. Look, here's the video evidence. Look, here's what happened. He did it. He did it. I'm gonna end up going to prison for a joke.
My ghost is gonna be dying of laughter. I'll show up in your cell and be like, I'm so sorry that I got murdered by somebody else.
Stay a little closer.
Hilarious.
Get a little closer to that. There you go.
There we go.
That's much better.
So funny.
That's how I'll get off though. Is it'll be like, oh come on.
No, like he was.
He said it to his face. He's clearly joking. Come on. I'll just get a really Italian lawyer. Come on. Think about it.
They're like, we're thinking. All right. We're good.
That's why you need a Jewish lawyer.
Yeah.
Jews are the best lawyers and accountants. I can say that because I'm Jewish. You can't.
No. Can't even
I can say whatever I want about
talk
the Jews.
about my Jewish dreams.
You know my favorite part about being Jewish?
What's that?
Hiding the horns. That was actually pretty good.
That was funny.
It's a dad joke, but it's still good.
I like it.
You could probably use that one online, or I mean on stage. Like
Am I
if
even
you're a
allowed
setup
to-
punchline guy, you could probably use it.
Yeah.
You can
Am I even allowed to
steal
laugh
that
at
if
that?
you want. You can just say I have a Jewish friend, and he said, and then It's okay.
What if I just said my dad was Jewish?
Because that makes you a
I'm not,
dirty
but
Jew
my
as
dad-
well. Because that makes you a dirty Jew as well. You don't want to be one of us. You just want to make fun of us.
You know what my favorite
Get your
part?
shit together, Randy.
So you know how I'm half Mexican, right?
I did not know that.
You didn't.
Maybe
know
we
that.
talked about that on the last podcast, but we did get
I
drunk.
don't know what we. Yeah.
I don't remember anything except 3 stories about Screech that went nowhere.
Yeah.
That's all I remember from the last
they all just
podcast.
trailed off.
I was also a terrible host.
I thought you were good.
I mean, I was very new. It was like my 3rd podcast.
Always had faith in you.
Oh, like the way you do with God. You son of a bitch. You fucking cocksucker.
That's funny, but
You fuck.
my cheeks hurt. That's so we were hunting, right? And we were at these cabins.
Great segue. Great storytelling segue. God, man. Holy fuck. How have you not won, how are you not, huge in Hollywood right now with your pure fucking storytelling skills?
They've always been this bad. It gets weird on stage. But so we're
I
out
love you,
hunting,
man.
and I love you too.
Don't make it weird. I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding.
It's gonna be like that Joe Rogan. So we're out hunting, and
Hold
we're at
on,
these
I'm gonna switch cams. Okay.
we're at these cabins,
You
right?
tell it right to that camera. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. The look on your
We're
face,
at
you were
these
like, wait, what?
cabins.
We're at these cabins. There's naked dudes everywhere.
There was.
I'm
that was
fully
weird.
erect. Okay, so I set it up. So go on. You're fully erect, running around in the woods.
I can't even talk, let alone tell this story.
Well, when you do finally get it together, just make sure you keep that mic right in front of your face. Here, I'll make this a little more. Give it to me. I'll make it a little bit more comfortable for you. We'll go like this. We'll go like this. No, seriously, hold on. This thing gets all fucking weird because it's the opposite way.
Oh yeah.
So it gets loose when you guys try to
When we
put it
with
where
the
you want it.
entire time?
Well, mine naturally tightens the way I spin it. Your guys naturally loosens when you guys like that way. It gets loose. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not a you thing. It's all the guests. And I figured it out when I was sitting over there beta testing some shit one day.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so it's because it's on this side. If I put it over there,
Oh, it would be.
yeah, but then it crosses in front of you for your camera.
Right.
There you go. That's like perfect.
How's that? Yeah.
Yeah, and then just basically just put it in your mouth.
I can eat a mic.
There you go. Perfect.
So this story's never gonna live up to that hype we already laughed at.
You no,
So-
it's living up currently because the story starts off you running around in the woods fully erect. Continue. Take it from here.
So we're at this cabin, right? And they don't have showers there. So their main lodge has a shower. And there's the guy that's the guide, and then there's his wife. And I'm just sitting there waiting for my turn to take a shower. And the lady goes, she's like, "Oh, you're finally going to take a shower? I just thought you were Mexican."
That's the most racist shit.
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh shit, I'm half." No matter how much I scrub my arms, this brown's not coming off.
That's hilarious. I never would have guessed you were Mexican, even if you told me that on the last podcast.
Really?
I forgot it, and I
Oh,
never
yeah.
would have guessed. You know, I mean, now that you say it, I can sort of see
I guess you
that-
don't look at somebody
that
and try and
ugly
like.
beaner in your face. No, I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
See how I
My-
said that off camera?
I like that. Yeah, that
That
was
way
good.
they can't clip me on that one. I mean, they
You
can,
can't-
but
you
it's
can't
less
get-
believable.
You can't get canceled.
There's someone else in the room, guys.
Yeah, we got a third thing. There's been two other stories. I feel like I'm mostly white. Like the Mexican ends like right here, And then it's
I don't
just
want to
white.
sound cheesy, but I legitimately don't even like really see that or think about that. It's like, do you sound like you were born in America?
Yeah.
Okay, because if you sound like you were born in America, I probably can relate to you. And that's more what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
And when I'm judging another person, it's strictly based on how much of a physical threat they are to me or my wife's safety.
And
Right?
that's why I'm back. You're like, this is not a threat at all.
That's what, dude, my favorite part about having Anwar on the podcast, he's one of my best friends. He's like one of my main motivators in my life.
Yeah.
Been on the podcast a few times already. And I'll regularly joke with him in private and on the podcast. That's why I do it on the podcast, is because we do that shit in private, where I'll look at him and I'll be like, dude, I will fuck you up. And he just looks at me like, dude, because he's so jacked. And he's like, he kind of like,
is he huge?
dude, he's not taller than me, but he's so
Is he
jacked.
just-
Dude, and the way he looks at me, dude, and he like sort of like, I'm telling you, it's like a straight face, dude. He goes like this. He's like, he'll turn and he'll be like, and then he just like moves on with whatever he's doing. But because I'll be like, dude, I will fuck your big ass up. And he's like, he'll just turn. He doesn't like, it's not even enough to get a real laugh. There's just this like, there's this chuckle he does because it's so preposterous of a statement. Like, dude, I will fuck you up, big man. And he's just like, and he doesn't, I don't even get a full smile out of I can't do the impression because he's so straight about it too. But that's the only time I judge dudes. And
if they're
yeah,
just
and then
huge.
with women, it's just like, are they hot? You know, like if they're hot, I'm like, oh, she's not a threat. That's a stupid way to think about things, but it's true. You know,
it is true if you think about it.
that's how I
mean,
think about things. I'm saying on a primal level. Like, I'm not trying to
Yeah.
act like I'm this great intellectual all the time. Like, no, I'm saying on a very primal level. When I first see a dude, the last thing I consider is the color of their skin. The first thing I consider is their size.
Yeah.
With a woman, it's the first thing I analyze instinctually in my primal brain is, are they attractive or not? This is true whether I'm married or not.
That's fair.
And then once I interact with that person, it's same thing. Is this a threat? And then it decreases from there until I decide that person's not a threat. With women, same thing. Even the hot ones, like, okay, she's a hot chick. She's not a physical threat, but if she's just randomly approaching me, about is less paranoid nowadays. A lot of the shit I thought about and people called me paranoid about came true. Like, for example, when I said lockdown was not going to be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I said it's going to be
people are
months.
like, you're out of your mind. And
Months.
Well, I feel like we talked about it in July, and we thought by right now, well, I probably said it, by right now it would be over.
And I knew it wasn't. I said, no, it's going to, dude, this shit during the summer.
I think you did. We'd have to go back and listen. But
they didn't open it up enough during the summer to allow a natural, burn through the summer. They kept everything shut down, which kept everybody indoors, which prevented major spread. But all it did was delay the inevitable. It's like, if we could have gotten a lot of these cases out of the way in the summer and had people recoup and be healthy by now and be over it, we'd have less spread now because people would have the natural antibodies. It's simple common sense, right?
No,
So, but they didn't. And I'm only speaking for Minnesota. So now that it's fucking freezing ass cold out, even if there's not 8 inches of snow on the ground, motherfuckers aren't outside doing shit. Plus, it's already, now it's cold and flu season. So everybody's doing shit indoors, whether it's a group of 10 or less. Everybody's indoors, and you're already coughing and sneezing more than you ever would any other time of year because of the type of season it is.
Right.
So now you're seeing this insane uptick, and they haven't even opened shit. And so people are going, how does this happen? And then you have idiots on the other side too going, oh, well, see, I thought mask works. I thought all this shit worked. Then why is everything still locked down? It's like, because they didn't open anything up during the summer.
Right.
And now naturally you're seeing all the people who successfully avoided it all summer long getting it at the same time in the winter.
Yep.
And I don't think it's going to get opened up anytime
When do you
soon.
think?
I mean, I think honestly, like, I don't even think we're going to get back to normal next summer. I think it's going to be the summer after that, if at all. And here's what I'm really starting to think. And I wish somebody really knew their shit. Like if somebody watching this or listening or whatever, if somebody's like a microbiologist and has a real background on this shit, hit me up or come on the podcast because I want to talk about this. I feel like we're getting super arrogant with our science. Hear me out. Here's what I do know. The coronavirus is a family. Okay. COVID is the disease we're actually worried about catching right now. COVID-19.
Right.
Specifically, I think it's actually called CoV SARS 2.
I think yeah.
So, but it is a coronavirus. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know what else is a coronavirus? A coronavirus?
What's
the
that?
common cold.
Okay.
If we can't cure the common cold, why are we so convinced we can cure the coronavirus or COVID, whatever?
Right.
And if we
We've
can,
never been able to cure the common cold.
and if we can, why haven't we cured the common cold this whole time? So to me, that's not adding up. So I'm thinking we can't. So one of two things is going to happen. They're either just going to keep us on lockdown and do a slow burn until everybody gets it and they're able to deal with it, and it's going to take a year or 2 or 3, and then we finally go back to normal. Or here's what they're going to do. They're going to go, we can't do fucking anything about this because it's just like the common cold. We'll never get back to normal, and everyone's going bankrupt, and people are losing their fucking minds. Fuck it.
I'm fine with that.
Open the whole fucking thing back up. But that is still going to take, in my mind, won't happen next summer. No, I don't think anything happens.
That's not going to happen. That would be last case scenario.
Because think about this: is without getting controversial about it, pretty much we can all agree, shit ain't going back to normal until we get a cure.
Right. Yeah.
Is what's debatable is,
which is weird.
Are we getting a cure, and when are we getting a cure? Or I shouldn't even say a cure. Better word would be vaccine, but I don't even think that's possible. I think the only thing that's possible is a good quality treatment.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what we could potentially do and take care of and get done. But I still don't see any of these things happening by the beginning of next summer.
No.
And it all being implemented and in place so people can quote unquote go back to normal by next summer. I just don't see it happening, man. So I think we're stuck locked down through this winter, next summer, next winter, and it'll be that summer when they start testing the waters and seeing how that's what I really believe, man.
Yeah.
Like, and if you guys think I'm crazy, well, fine, but
I don't think you're far off, and I don't think anybody can really think you're far off.
Just lost all the guests. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone just turned out.
They're like, nah, COVID, no. I just think that when Kanye becomes president, he's gonna have a vaccine right away, and that vaccine is gonna be God. How is there? God's the cure. God's the cure all.
It's starting to sound a little sarcastic, Randy. You're starting to sound a little condescending with this whole God thing, and I don't like your tone.
Well, my tone is pure.
Your tone's fucking wrong, bro. Your tone is all fucking wrong. You need to change it.
We didn't look up Kanye West's his idea of COVID. We didn't look that up yet. So
let's not.
Yeah.
Let's just pass. Let's skip it.
Are you ready to get
We'll
off?
speculate. No. But let's just skip Kanye's platform on COVID and assume it's really bad.
Yeah.
We'll speculate with zero follow-up.
That's fair.
I mean, here's the thing, man, is like, I just don't understand how any of you are willing to vote for a gay fish. I mean, this is preposterous to me. Do you know what I'm talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about? I can't play it because it's a South Park bit.
Oh.
But this is old enough. There's spoiler alert.
If you haven't seen it yet,
fuck you. If you haven't seen it yet, fuck you. So basically, so anyways, guest who I'm great that you're here who hasn't seen it.
Fuck you still.
Fuck you too, buddy. So basically the premise is this: is the kids in school come up with one of the greatest jokes of all time, which is like, do you like fish sticks?
No.
You don't like fish
I
sticks?
fucking hate them.
Okay, pretend you do.
Okay.
Just say yes. Do you like fish sticks?
I love them.
So you like fish sticks in your mouth?
Yeah.
You're a gay fish.
No, I get it.
Okay. So it runs through the whole town and goes viral across the world. And then Kanye West is in this episode.
Oh, no way.
And somebody tells him the joke and it shatters his world.
Oh,
So
he
at one
gets
point
pissed.
in time in the article in the episode, he's standing and he's got a big whiteboard and he's trying to do the math and he's going, I just don't understand. What does me, Kanye, genius plus fish sticks equals gay fish? It's like, I just don't understand. Like everyone gets the joke except him.
They're like, don't
Everyone
worry,
on
Kanye,
the planet.
it makes you stronger.
So at the end of the episode, he goes and he dives into the ocean and he starts swimming around. He's like, you were right, I'm free. I'm a gay fish.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it for anyone that doesn't know exactly what I'm talking about to immediately go find that. If you got HBO Max, they got the backlog on there.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I don't know what South Park's doing if you can still get it all on Comedy Central, but I know that they dump everything on HBO Max now. You still might be able to go to ComedyCentral.com. I don't know, but I do know that it is definitely on HBO Max.
I'll find it.
Go find that episode. So good. It's one of my favorite episodes of all time. That one and Tom Cruise coming out of the closet. That one's a great one. Have you seen that one?
No, I honestly, I never.
Oh God, that one's
Never
so good,
got
dude.
into South Park. I'm not against it, but I got in a lot of trouble as a kid for watching
you gotta
Beavis
watch.
and Butthead.
You gotta watch that one, dude. Beavis and Butthead. That basically is the precursor to this show.
You know, when I was 5
And
years
it's
old,
from your hometown of Buttfuck, Colorado.
when I was 5, my babysitter would watch Beavis and Butthead when we were in the
I
room.
think there's definitely a character based on you specifically in South Park. I think it's one of the hunters.
Yeah.
One of the dudes out there hunting. I'm pretty sure. I think when you see him, you'll know who I'm talking about because I think he's wearing that shirt.
I'll watch that. But so when I was about 5 years old, and our babysitter would come over to the house, and she would put on Beavis
Masterful
and Butthead. I told you, this is where I kill. So she would come on and put Beavis and Butthead on, and then I was 5 years old walking around the mall yelling out, I'm stoned, having no idea what that meant.
How'd that go over?
Oh, my mom left me there.
Permanently? She never came back. That was it.
Don't even know who she is anymore.
Randy, I've had enough. That's it. You find your own fucking way home from TJ Maxx.
I didn't know what I'm stoned was, but apparently I yelled it out. And
Oh, that's hilarious, dude.
5 years old, she thought she was a bad parent, but she was stoned. So I don't know why
So
she's
she
so
was
bad.
a bad parent, and she felt personally attacked. That's what
She
it was.
probably thought I was mocking her. She's like, "You sound sarcastic right now." I'm like, "Sarcastic? What's that mean?"
That's the bit. That's what the bit. I didn't know what it meant. She thought she was a bad parent, but because she was stoned. So she was a bad parent, and she
That's
felt
good.
personally attacked.
That's why she left me. She thought I was making fun of her. I didn't know what I was doing. I just saw Beavis do it, and I liked Beavis. So
But she took it as a personal attack on her character. She's like, "Oh, you think you can do better? Fuck you then." And just left you, just abandoned you at the mall. All these years later, you're like, "Fine, it's fine, Mom. I've been doing impressions of you ever since." That's hilarious, bro. That is so funny.
Yeah.
You said you don't have to get out of here at a specific time.
No,
Cool.
I Ubered over. I Ubered over. I took I
Yeah, because it's only like 8:30 right now.
texted the Uber or whatever. I Ubered the Uber, whatever you call that, right? And I took
Ubered the Uber.
Yeah, it said 5 minutes, and he must have been sitting there for like 3 minutes. And I go and get in his car, and he's like, I waited way too long for you. It was like 3 minutes. I cut into your money making by 3 minutes. There goes
on this extremely busy October Wednesday night. You fuck.
There goes any tip that I wasn't gonna give you.
I remember one time I got in this screaming match with this cab.
Was this back before Uber?
Way before Uber. So I call a cab. I give him the address. I'm at my girlfriend's apartment. He comes. He pulls up. And I come, and he's like, hey, I just pulled up. I'm out front. He's like, where are you? And
I'll be right out.
Yeah, I was like, I'm on my way down. I'll literally be there in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Or no, because I had a cell phone. So I'm standing out front. And I'm like, no, you're not. I'm standing out front waiting for you. And he goes, I'll wait till you come back. I'm not going to remember this, but. Or are you just grabbing a beer? Okay, I'll try to remember this. So he goes, he's like, no, I'm sitting right here, right in front. I'm like, no, you're fucking not, dude. It was an apartment complex, and he was at the wrong building on the other side of the complex.
Oh,
and so
he was all the way across.
So when he finally gets to me and picks me up, the meter's at like $22 already.
Nope.
And so I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was like, restart the meter, because he didn't restart the meter either. He started driving. So as we're driving down the road, like we start arguing about it, and I'm like, what is it? Like, dude, you got to restart the meter. We go back and forth to. All of a sudden, we're screaming at each other when we finally get to my work, and I'm like, I'm not fucking paying you for that. Like,
no, I'm gonna start this in my head
because he should have started his meter when he got to me, not when he got to the complex.
Right.
Like, that's not how it works, right?
No.
So he's got this New York accent. This motherfucker is like mean, right? He's this old. He's like Italian or Jewish, but he's got a New York accent.
It sounds like he might kill you.
Like, dude, he's a mean motherfucker. Like, he ain't taking no shit, but neither am I. Right? Like, I'm an aggressive dude if you piss me off.
Yeah, I like that. I wish that's what I want to be, dude, but I can't.
At the literally after 15 minutes of driving and screaming, all of a sudden he's like, you know what? Fine, I like you. I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, you don't take any shit. All right, I'll tell you what, $12.
Okay.
It was like 33, and it should have been like 12. And he's like, all right, $12. And then I gave him the $12, and he's like, what the fuck? Where's my tip? And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And he's like, I'm just fucking with you. Have a good day, man. Have a good day. I'm for real, though.
I like that guy.
Yeah,
I like that.
And here's the thing is, by the end of it, I liked him too. But I was gonna fucking strangle this motherfucker, dude. Trying to jack me around.
I like that. I like that he's got this New York mentality. He's used to Minnesotans that he can run all over.
Yeah,
he can run over any of us because we're just passive aggressive. That's all what Minnesota's like. Okay, I guess that'll screw me for the next 2 months, but I'll take it.
Dude, you know what's funny?
Didn't.
You know what's funny too is you say that, because that's kind of exactly how I felt. Is like, and I didn't know this at the time, but since then I've met several people from New York, and New York people like me. They're like, I fucking like you, dude. You're a cool dude. Like, I tour a lot. Like, I meet a lot of dudes in the Midwest, and like, they're like, you're fucking cool though, man. You'd fit in New York. Like, you're one of us, right?
Yeah.
And it's so funny because now I've met dozens of dudes from New York who said that about me. But my original buddy back in the day, who's allegedly from New York, was like I would be mouthing off to him, and he's like, "Dude, you'd get your fucking ass kicked in New York. You wouldn't survive a day in New York." I was like, and I back then I'm like 16. I'm like, man, fuck you. I'd be awesome in New York. I'd probably do better in New York than here, you bitch, right? And then like 20 years later, I meet dozens of people that tell me exactly what I said sarcastically just to tell them to fuck off. Like, dude, you wouldn't do well in New York. You're too kind. You're too nice. You got to be a fucking savage to fucking thrive in New York, man.
I couldn't do it. I'd try and be a savage for a second. I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Oh, sorry, guy.
Sorry.
You just pretend you're from Canada. Just be like, sorry, bud. Sorry, buddy.
I couldn't do it. I'd try and be mean, and then I'd feel bad, and I'd be like, oh, I didn't mean to.
Here's what we'll do on the next piss break. Here's what you guys should do. If you guys are watching, I can see there's several of you actually watching.
We've got some watchers.
A handful of you, I think. I don't know. This thing's never in real time. Like, see how it just went down to 0? And like,
we just lost everybody talking about New York.
And that's not how that works.
We weren't talking about
refreshing.
the Yankees. We're sorry.
And that's not true. Like, because I've seen this thing. It'll fucking, there will be 4 people in here, and then all of a sudden it'll bounce up to 60.
Oh wow!
And like, then I go back and I look at the stats, and it's like, no, there was that many people there the whole time. It's just refreshing.
Oh yeah.
Like, because something's fucked up with YouTube. But my point is, whether there's 800 people or not, there are a handful of people watching. So if you guys got like weird questions or anything, or stories you know about that you want us to tell, if we take another piss break, and if you type in questions, and if I remember, maybe that's when we'll address them to fill some of that weird dead space when Randy needs to empty his child-sized bladder.
I try really hard just to make it throughout the whole thing, and then I end up peeing 5 times.
I mean, it's hard to do when you have the bladder the size of an 11-year-old girl.
Yeah, that's rough.
It is rough.
I mean, it's rough.
How do you survive? I mean, that's why you didn't catch any deer, because you were out there fucking pissing
That's what we were out there, and my girlfriend texted me, "Did you catch anything?" And I was like, "No, we didn't kill anything."
What did you do? So do you guys try to, because you said you hired guides, so did you guys try to stalk deer, or did you try to set up blinds and hunt from a blind?
No, well, we walk a lot. We were walking like
amateur
10. I don't know who Christopher is.
Should I answer it?
Yeah, answer it.
What's up?
Oh,
so you're watching right now, and you called. You take this fucking phone. Talk to him.
So what questions did you have?
Oh, fuck, man! Don't do this. I mean, you can do this.
I didn't hear a thing you said.
Put it up to the mic so the listeners can hear it.
Tell them about what?
Riding steers with baling twine.
Oh, the rodeos that we used to have in the backyard.
Backyard rodeo.
So this is my stepbrother. Back in the day when
So literally when you okay.
So I'm just gonna hang up on that.
Yeah. So literally moments ago when you go, Christopher, I don't know who this is. It's your stepbrother.
It's a weird situation.
You're
right?
such a dick. I don't know this guy.
Oh no, and he's listening. This is gonna get weird. So we
This is the greatest podcast of all time. I hope you guys are having a great time, because this is amazing. Please sub. And dude, if the chat isn't working, like if you can't comment right now, I have zero explanation, because I just double checked and it says that the chat is in fact on and available and working. So if it's not working for you guys, again, here, let me test this, because it says I can say something here through the hub. Maybe that's what I got to do.
I can't believe out of all the things.
It says it's up, so I don't know.
Oh, that's perfect.
Maybe he has his thing off.
So we
Sorry, bud.
my dad's been married like 5 or 6 times.
I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. And if you are, please sub and then go donate to my Patreon.
Yeah, do it. So my dad was married to his mom.
Thanks for the endorsement, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
We have to defeat Jared Singer.
No, you're backing me up. Yeah, do it.
I'm gonna get a hype
Now you
man.
just told everyone to defeat me. You are Joe
was
Biden.
being Joe
You-
Biden.
You
That's what
can't
I was
even
being.
keep
I was
your
just
fucking
being-
head on straight for 10 seconds.
I was
That's a
being
great Joe Biden impression. Yeah. Wait, no, we have to defeat him. Yeah, do it.
That's what I was trying to do. Defeat Jared Singer. That's what we must do.
No,
Even though
we
we're-
don't want to do that. That's a great Joe Biden impression. No, we don't want to do that. We want to do the opposite of that. Shut the fuck up. Stop talking. Mute his mic. Mute his mic quick.
He has no idea. So
anyways, back to
Christopher.
deer hunting.
Christopher was he was my stepbrother from the time I was like 2 until I was like 12. Rest in peace. But I don't know what happens when your dad is married to somebody and then they divorce him.
Yeah,
So
he's still your stepbrother.
You had a stepbrother and then he's not your stepbrother anymore.
No, he's still your stepbrother.
I just say ex-stepbrother. I don't
No,
know.
that's not how it works. It's not an ex
So he's
step.
just gonna stay forever my stepbrother?
Dude, do you just like remove a step when you're getting off of your deck? No. You
I'd
don't
have-
just skip a step. It's still there. It's still a step.
He's listening to this. He's gonna be like, "Oh, this is." I didn't know he didn't accept me anymore. I'm sorry, Christopher.
This conversation took a wicked left turn.
You're still my stepbrother. So we had cows when we were growing up. We had like 4 cows, and our parents would leave, and we would go in the backyard and have rodeos. we would go ride the cows, and eat.
How did you ride these cows?
So they were in like this little corral, and I don't know how we got on the cows, but I guess they were calves.
Didn't he say something about twine?
Yeah, we had like baling twine. We had a lot of horses growing up, so we had baling twine everywhere. So we would take that and like wrap it around their neck, and use that like to hold on to.
So you're basically riding baby cows
Well, we
without
were,
saddles
yeah.
in a pretend rodeo while strangling them to death, and they fight for their very survival. This is how you chose to spend your time when your parents weren't making you not be a little spawn of Satan.
The way you say this makes it sound like we were trying to kill our cows.
Yeah, it sounds like you and Christopher need to be put on a list. You fucking psychopaths. The fuck is wrong with you guys? Jesus Christ.
So, in Colorado, we
Your
thought,
mom
like,
really did abandon you at a shopping mall.
we,
No wonder she fucking abandoned you and then you were never subsequently adopted. Jesus Christ. You're a terrible child.
she came back 2 years later. No.
She came back 2 years later to find out this is what you had done.
She's really riding cows now. so he always won.
And
He
then
won
she
the
just went
rodeos.
in and started playing cribbage like she'd never been gone.
Yeah.
She's like, sorry, it took me a little long to get this pack of Marlboros. I had another family I went and started and then abandoned.
Sounds about right. Oh, I'm dying.
Oh, me too, man. Listen, dude, we've been going a half hour or hour and a half, man. You ready to wrap this up?
Yeah, whenever you are.
Well, when you say it like that.
I was hoping some more people would ask questions about rodeos and.
Yeah, I mean it's cool, dude. I don't ever interact with the questions. I'm just trying to brainstorm ideas as ways to fill the piss breaks.
Oh yeah.
because I don't want to sit here and just talk to myself. I did that for the first couple.
We did that, remember? And I didn't know what to say. Just stopped talking.
Yeah, it's weird because when you guys are telling the stories and shit, it's fine because I can still hear you over there. I have great hearing, so I can still hear you and I can keep up with it and they're listening. And that's all that really matters.
Right.
But for some reason, you guys can't hear me when you're over there. And I'm usually telling a story that needs your interaction.
Just getting
you know
nothing.
I mean? Yeah, so
And
it's
you're
like I can't tell this story while you're gone, and then you just step back in. Like, just doesn't work. So.
No, you just need some.
What
input.
about you? You asked before the podcast started. You asked if I'm getting back into comedy, and I'm not yet. I'm not. I'm gonna wait a while, man. I wanna.
So what are you gonna?
I mean, I am eventually gonna probably get back into it, but I want to do two things. I want to get back. First, I want to get some more footing under me with. I don't know why I can't talk. I want to get some more footing under myself with the podcast, with the Patreon, and get this album done.
Mm-hmm.
So I have two solid things. I have the podcast like pretty much running now,
right?
And then I have the music, like I have a fucking album done, and I can like start playing out and doing shows.
Yeah.
And once I get to that point, and that live thing is running,
yeah,
then I'll start stepping out into comedy, which before either of those first two things happen, or I'm sorry, before I start playing out live regularly and have that engine up and running like a well-oiled machine,
right?
Things got to kind of go back to normal. So we're probably looking at a couple years, because over the next year and a half, 2 years, it's going to be, unless you're already an established band, it's hard to tour.
Same,
you know?
Same with comedy. I mean, I can
find
get
states.
Stuff. I can get shows right now if I wanted, but I don't. Right now, I just don't want to. I don't want to like just the stop and go. I don't like that right now.
What are you doing at all in the meantime? That's the question.
I'm working my day job.
You should be doing something with comedy in this
I've
time.
been writing a lot lately, and
I think we talked about this last time. You write, like actually write, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So and you really try to map out the pauses and the beats.
Oh, I try and map out everything. When I write the joke, I have it exactly on paper how I want it to go. I have my first line, and then I write out like if I expect a laugh right there, or how long I want to pause for. I want everything mapped out perfect. Obviously, it's not going to go that way.
Yeah,
but in my head, that's how I plan it. And that's,
so when it doesn't go right the way you wrote it, and you obviously start making tweaks, do you go in and rewrite it? Or do you scratch a part out?
Nope. No, I just go from, like, I'll have it exactly how I want it, and then if it doesn't go that way, that's fine. Because it never actually goes that way.
Right, so how do you go back and rewrite it or correct it
I
when you
just
make
let
those
it
changes?
go wherever it goes from there.
So the way you initially write it is nothing more than a starting point. It's inspiration.
Yeah.
And the tweaks, you don't.
The tweaks just come.
You don't document the tweaks.
No, those are mental notes. Because I'll know when I'm on stage what's going to happen. Because normally the first time I do that joke and I see how it goes, it's almost going to go that way every single time. Unless the audience is that different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how I write it is what I want to happen. It doesn't always happen like that, but I'll roll with that.
Have you seen John Wheeler's channel? We talked about him before the podcast, and you said you think you remember him a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you seen his channel?
No.
Here's what I think you should try to do. Don't try to copy him, obviously.
I'm going to copy everything he does.
Shout out to John Wheeler. But so basically is what he did is he took all these stand-up bits that he can't work on.
Yeah.
And he cut out all the pauses where you would normally try to get laughter.
Yeah.
And he just edited them down into these little clips here. Hopefully this doesn't crash the channel like it did last time. I don't think it will because I don't think I have as many open. Oops. Here it is. So basically, check this out. Okay, so he took his bits, and he could have probably worked these for an hour, or not an hour. I'm sorry, I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking. He could have probably taken this entire concept and stretched it out into a solid 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
But he trimmed all the fat, got just to the meat of it, trimmed it down, and he's got the average, I think, like 3.5 minutes, 3:22, 2:44, 3:19. And we can play one of these because he's already been on the podcast. And he's actually coming for the Halloween special. If anybody's interested in that, Friday night, it's on the page. You can subscribe and hit a thing for a reminder. But you can see I've watched all these. I think he's doing something really smart, especially on our level, where we don't have the power of the Comedy Store and we don't have,
right,
we've got Hollywood producers,
right,
where they can, and even they're not doing this right. There's only a couple guys that are actually doing this. So I'll just play the first one. If you guys are interested, you can go check him out. And he's obviously getting better, right? Because he's a newer comic, but he's
so where was that? Where was he at? I mean,
when he's doing this. He makes this in his own little. He built a little studio, kind of like I did here.
Oh, okay.
But this is a way he can get his content out there, right? And work on comedy.
That's on there. I am. Yeah.
No, you're not. But do it.
Well, I don't know how to read. Okay. Oh, hey. Haven't seen anyone around here in a while. Being stuck at home during a global pandemic sure is depressing. That's why we've started having safe, sanitized, socially distanced events. And you know what? Those are even more depressing. Of course. Be responsible if you're going to go out during a global pandemic. But being responsible defeats the purpose of leaving your house in the first place. You know damn well that you laugh at the guy at the end of the beer commercial that says, "Please drink responsibly." Yeah, right, asshole. As if there's a responsible way to drink a 30-pack of Natty Ice. For my money, it's behind the wheel of a speedboat or nothing. So
right? So it's like it's like
that's pretty good.
Here's the thing: is like this is actually like when you take away all the fluff, all the shit. And you look at these major comedians who suddenly aren't writing and rehearsing on a regular basis, and their podcast is coming and grinding to a halt, and they don't have all the other shit going on. And the stand-up comedians that don't have these, like, they don't have a crowd there to fluff up their bits.
Right.
They're all trying to do shit like this, and suddenly you realize, like, some of these comics, man, like the crowd makes the jokes funnier. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
So we all know that you have to have a crowd to work out the jokes in the first place, but without a crowd, that joke doesn't even work.
Yeah.
So John, I think, is being a genius and going, okay, then I get rid of the spot where you need the joke or the crowd to react, and I just move on to the next thing. He does a jump cut or whatever.
Yeah.
I think I think it's smart.
Yeah, and it's funny.
And
it's very funny on that.
And that's what I'm saying. And you don't have to try to do this where he's got music in the background and don't do that.
That whole production.
But figure out a way to take your bits and because here's the thing, man, is we might be looking at 2-3 years. Are you really going to let COVID prevent you from doing comedy for 2-3 years?
No.
Are we? And I'm saying in my extreme example I gave earlier as to how long I think it's going to take. Okay, now here's the deal: is a lot of motherfuckers have already stopped. I got people on the scene that I've been talking with, and there's a lot of bands that they're done. COVID they're done. They're companies, restaurants, it's happening. Do you want to be one of those guys? If not, you got to figure something like this out, man.
Right.
Because I think you're fucking hilarious, dude. And I think we did a much better job of kicking back and capturing some of our shared humor on this podcast.
Yeah, this was way more fun.
But we're still not ever going to be able to capture your stand-up style on this podcast because you're not a Bill Burr, you're not a Burt Kreischer, or even a Tom Segura. I always said you've got kind of like a Mitch Hedberg vibe, not that's not a good way to explain it, but my point is like it's got to be done on stage because it's so chill and so low key and so subtle that it doesn't work on a podcast in conversation form. So you can't sit here and run bits. Like we can sit here and laugh our asses off over ideas like we've done all night.
Yeah.
But you can't, like Bill Burr, basically his conversations, if you watch him on enough podcasts over a long enough time and then follow his specials that he releases, you will see that he has conversations in bit form. And almost all of his conversations on podcasts, Conan O'Brien, all that shit, they're conversations and stories, but they're bits he's working out. Like everything he does is tweaking and working on these bits because that's how he thinks permanently. We're not those guys, right? So we got to figure out a way to pivot and do something different. I think John's doing that. I think he's a fucking genius. If you guys like this, I'm going to share it one more time for them. It's the Alchemical Cocktail Lounge. Go there now, sub. I want to see him get over 100 as fast as possible so we can get him his custom URL. That's a huge first step to getting like a legitimate YouTube channel going is you first got to get that fucking URL so you can post your channel everywhere.
Right.
But yeah, man, where can people follow you? It's all Randy and Carlo, correct?
And Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all Randy and Carlo.
You're the only one.
Only Randy and Carlo.
That's beautiful. Same thing for me, guys. If you guys want to follow me, it's all at the top of the page. Just go to the main YouTube page for me. There's little icons up there for the Patreon, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that shit. It's all Jared Singer Live. It's all the same thing. Like, subscribe, share. Word of mouth is the best way to promote this thing. Thank you guys for so much. This was a blast, dude. Let's do it again.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have you have a good man. All right, have a good one, guys. Yeah, this is fun, dude.
Yeah. This one was